First up this morning, we're getting a visit from one of our favorite decor shops over on the south end of the Kitsap Peninsula. White Barn Decor is located in Belfair, and their owner, Jim Cook, is back with me to show me how to make a DIY wine bottle floral trend that's seeing a lot of popularity right now.
Yeah, I've been seeing this all over TikTok, all over Instagram, and I've seen it done very well. And I've seen it done very bad.
See, I would be the Instagram, Pinterest fail when I tried to make this. This is why I'm so glad you're here, because you always make things so easy for us to understand.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. So the first thing we're going to do is the supplies are, I went to the local grocery store. I picked up all the flowers that I liked. I'm glad you brought up Barbies because I was like, let's do a Barbie inspired color.
Yes.
Why not? So what you're going to need is floral foam, which you can get at basically any florist shop. They'll sell it to you in a brick. Some saran wrap, a cutting knife, and then all your flowers, and an awesome wine bottle to go with.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna have you first do is just take this guy, and you're just gonna pop him right down on top like that.
So the thing is, when I first heard about this trend, I thought you just you have to use an empty wine bottle. But the thing is, you keep the wine bottle closed, right?
Yeah, you keep it closed, so at the end of the day, you can grab your wine bottle and say, here you go, you get wine and flowers together. Which is a great gift, right?
Somebody brings me that, they're my best friend for life, just FYI. Okay.
So the goal is here, you want to make that little circle at the top, and then you're going to take your butter knife. You don't need anything super sharp. Just to cut around it to get it smaller. Here's the deal. The more foam that you have left, the more flowers you got to use to fill it up. So you don't want a ton of foam around it. Yep, that's perfect, Anthony. You got this all up.
Okay, all right. I'm going to do this. All right.
And then when you're done cutting the foam, what you're going to do is...
Does it have to be in a square or a rectangle?
You can do whatever you want.
Oh, my
We got enough flowers for all of it.
Okay.
So when you're done with it, you're going to be sticking it in water. And the key with floral foam is because it absorbs water and the stems are going to drink from it, you don't force it. You just let it sink to the bottom.
Oh, okay. Just let it live its life. Okay, all right.
So I've already got these nice little pre-mades done. You're going to use the saran wrap to wrap it around to hold the water in there. And then you're just going to...
leave the saran wrap on.
You're going to leave the saran wrap on.
Okay.
And you're going to press down on your wine bottle.
And you leave a little bit of space for the saran wrap so you don't rip the saran wrap.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, I'm with you now. Okay.
So we got our front. We're going to turn them around so we can look at them. So I have roses, carnations, which we're going to change the name. We're going to make them fancy. These are called dianthus from now on.
Dianthus.
Yes, we got some fluffy flowers. We got eucalyptus, some greens, little pops, and then we've also got a different kind of carnation. Plus, it's poppy season.
Oh, yes.
Excuse me, peony season. Yeah. And then we have some tulips, which I'm going to show you a couple cool tricks with those too.
Okay.
So let's start with our roses. I'm going to pass you a couple. So we've got those going. Do you want a white one?
Yes.
All right, there you go.
Perfect.
Okay, so to begin, you got your clippers over there.
Okay.
We don't need these stems really long, so you're gonna cut them really short.
Like that
at
short?
An angle.
Okay, like here?
Yep.
Does it matter if you go above the notch or below?
I would go above it.
Okay.
And then you're just gonna pop it right into your foam.
Just anywhere, okay.
Anywhere you want. And then you're gonna take another one, and we're gonna build that out. Now, typically with my floral arrangements, you can kind of see with the one that I did earlier, I kind of like to do this kind of thing. Yeah, it kind of goes up and out.
A few.
But you're more than welcome to do whatever you want.
Okay.
The goal here, though, is we want to start filling this up as much as we can.
This is where I always struggle with floral arrangements, is I don't know where to put, I always look at the roses as kind of like the star of the show, the mainstay, or maybe a peony. I never know how to start placing them. I'm just gonna follow along with you.
Yeah, go for it. So what I will say is, I think everybody has a natural style and they have a natural way of making things happen in their style. So whatever looks good to you. If you want it to be a mound of flowers, make it a mound of flowers.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's a gift for someone that you love and you want to be proud of it.
Fake it till you make it. Or just whatever you get is going to be beautiful, my friends.
Exactly. So one of the goals is I made the mistake already, is that you got to make sure you got a little bit of space with the plastic so you can get it through. I use a woody rose stem to pop through so that you can put the softer stems in there.
Oh, because I was going to say, how are we going to push a tulip in here?
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? Not just a pretty face, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it's in there.
Yes.
Okay.
Get it in there, fill them up, and they're fun. You're going to have a little overflow of water, which is totally fine. It'll dry itself out.
Oh my gosh, can I put a tulip in there now?
Go for it, yeah.
I totally want to
Give
try
it a good little stem and then slide it right on in.
Okay. So I already made the hole here. And, okay, that is genius.
How pretty is that, right?
That is so cool. I'm so proud of this.
Good.
Oh, this is so fun. So you said you're very busy at White Barn Decor lately. You've already done like 3 weddings this week.
I did 3 weddings this weekend, 2 on the same day, totally different styles. We've been going crazy busy. We have our night market events, which began. We have live bands every Saturday. We're doing nonprofit, raising money for them with the local beer and wine garden.
I love that.
It has been amazing, but flowers are always so much fun. And one of the things, I have a lot of people coming in and they're like, Jim, can you please do more flowers? And I'm like, you know what? We're going to do it.
You know what I have to say about flowers is they make you happy.
Exactly.
You know? They're just happy making, and even if I have to buy them myself, I'm okay with that. There ain't no shame in my game on that one.
Yeah, and the other part too is they make everybody. It's like everybody deserves a bouquet of flowers.
Everybody
I truly
does.
believe that, and it's one of those things that it's just you got to do it. So, one of the tricks that I want to show everybody is the reason I actually didn't like carnations for a long time because I always see them like this. People take them, they cut them, and they throw them in an arrangement. And it's like they don't look great. But if you actually go underneath them and you pull back these little green petals.
Stop when you are finished.
Yep. So go ahead and pull them all back.
Okay.
And you can either blow them or you just kind of open them up like this.
Okay. Oh, I just ripped mine. Oops.
They look like a completely different flower.
Oh, that is a
They're
great.
huge.
They do.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
That is
and they
genius.
they're a great way to fill arrangements when you don't have a lot of capital, to make it happen.
Can I just ask, where do you get your design inspiration from?
So I actually learned from a gentleman out of Castle Rock. And one thing that he told me was he said, remember that flowers naturally are going to do what they want to do. And I think that was one of the things that I learned with people with floral design is that they want flowers to do something that's not natural. But the truth is that the beauty
natural.
in floral is that there's imperfections.
I love
There's
that.
things that are wrong with them, and that's what I love about flower.
And that is what I love about learning from you. You always make everything so beautiful. Thank you so much for being on the show and coming all the way from Belfair. We got to come to you at some point.
Sounds
Check it out.
good.